Three, two, one. What's up, everyone? I've got Michael McCool on the line. He is an SDR at Drift. What's up, Mike, or Mr. McCool, or McCool? What's up, man?
What's up, Mark? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Well, triple whammy, of course. How's your day? What are you drinking? What's something you learned today? I know it's only 12 there, but
Yeah. We're in Tampa. It's 12. Day's going well, man. I'm chilling. It's last week of the month. Just thinking about next month. I have the classic coffee.
that
Perfect
12
12
o'clock
o'clock
coffee.
breakfast. Yeah, man. Just ate lunch. So drinking a cup of coffee to wash that down. And that always helps.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're trying something I learned today. Well, we started doing it yesterday, but tried it today. For the sales development team over at Drift, we're doing like call blitzes, and we're putting a Zoom link or like a Zoom running on the background.
That's
So
right.
that way, like we're all making calls together. It's a little bit more coordinated, unified.
Yeah.
But we're trying out. People are booking meetings, so it's
Do you like it?
good.
Is it kind of weird?
I'm not the biggest fan. I call late. 10 o'clock's too early for me. I call from 3:30 till 5:30, 6 o'clock. Depends how I feel. I'm
That's
East
tight.
Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
that's
catching them
cool, man.
late.
Yeah. Hey, everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
I know Andy Dewey from Ambition, he's all about calling people before 8 a.m. or before
Mhm.
8:30 and then from like 4 to 6 p.m.
Mhm. A lot of people like the morning ones like that, and I've tried it. I've just never had a lot of success with it. I don't know. I tried it both ways. I seem to have more luck on the late night, so that's just what I'm gonna keep doing.
Yeah, and you're selling to marketers, right? Like
Yep, marketers.
CMOs.
Yeah. So we're reaching out to like sales development leaders too, or
Okay.
if sales managers if they have full cycle AEs,
Yep.
because they're always interested in more pipeline and another channel to chat with
Yeah.
prospects.
I freaking love Drift. I think it's one of the best platforms to hit the market in a long time. And you
Yeah.
guys have got a ton of momentum.
Yeah. There's a good brand recognition. I'm very lucky to be here. At least 30% of the time when I'm reaching out to people, they're like, "Oh yeah, Drift." It's not
Yeah.
like I have to sit there and explain it to them. It's
Yeah.
like we'll get right down to timing or budget immediately.
Dude, that's tight. That's tight. And when you're selling a product that's hitting hard like that, it makes it so much more fun to be an SDR, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, it's a rocket ship you jump on. It definitely makes your day easier. It's hard explaining concepts to people on a cold call.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, they don't want to hear it and they have to think about it. But if you can something a little bit more tangible with like a big brand like that, it makes your life so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. Tell us a little bit about where you're at with quota since you've been at Drift, and then you
hmm
were at Outreach before. So you've only been at Drift for 4 or 5 months right now, and you were at Outreach before, right?
I just hit 3 months at Drift. Yeah, so I was
Okay,
at
so
Outreach for 10 months. They like wanted me to move. Like the way they had it set up, you had to move to Seattle to become an account executive, and
yeah.
I hate the cold, so
And dude, feel you.
it's rough, man.
I hate the
I've lived in.
rain.
Okay, yeah, I've lived in Florida my whole life. Rain does not bother me, but like the cold, I start shivering really bad. But yeah, so Drift opened up an office in Tampa, and I was like, all right, man, like I gotta get there.
That's right.
And so I've been here. I just hit 3 months actually, but
Sick.
I've been number one in quota attainment since the day one. Hit 300% first month, 300% last month. Cruising at 150 right now. I'm number one in quota and number one in outbound reps for opportunities created.
Dang.
So
What's
yeah,
the vibe like at Drift versus Outreach? Since you've been at, two of, in my mind, some of the top companies to be an SDR at.
I mean, either way, you can't go wrong, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're both amazing. I've been very fortunate to kind of end up where I have, and I recognize that. But I mean, think about it from like a sales company to a marketing company. I feel
Yeah.
like that's the best comparison. If you can use your imagination from there, that's exactly what it's like. So
Yeah.
like, Outreach didn't have the best marketing team, or I mean, one had a way more developed marketing team, one has a way more developed sales team, and like the way they're generating revenue, and they're both like growing in other ways, but either way, both are winners.
Yeah, it's hard to compete with Drift's marketing. I mean, like, it's so out of the box. It's so like leading edge,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you even just being on the way, like you can feel the brand throughout everything. I feel like it's pretty cool.
Definitely.
It's pretty. They're super. I don't know. I haven't seen really anyone that's on that caliber.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Especially for like me, like more often than not, every time I go to prospect a new account, at least 75% of the time, there's a couple people there that follow us on LinkedIn. So I'm hitting those people up first.
Yeah,
I
that's
I,
tight.
I want to talk to them, but
Yeah,
it makes my life a lot easier.
that's so tight. Well, tell me
Yeah.
about your process. Like, what are the keys to your success for being a stud at outreach and now coming to Drift and right away, hitting the ground running and being awesome.
For me, like what I found that's helpful is just like doing the simple things really well.
Yeah.
The job it's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
Could be a very difficult job. But I'm not like the rock star on the phone. I'm not the rock star on
Mm,
emails, but I'm really good at being consistent and doing all
mm,
the right things at the right time. Like following up
that's
with
huge.
inbound leads, doing your tasks when they're due,
Yeah.
consistently putting people, we use outreach, consistently sequencing people. I do the same
Yeah.
amount every day.
Dang.
It's too easy with outreach, man, because I can just look at the, what are reply rates on sequences and then work it
Yeah.
backwards.
So
If I have a 10%, yeah, go ahead.
you're committed to that process.
Oh yeah, it's all about process. Yeah, for me, it's all about process. I do the same thing every day. I hit people with the same stuff. I know it works. If I'm having a bad week, I know next week's going to be better because I'm just doing the same exact thing.
That's so huge. I want to break that down a little bit. Like, how do you stay consistent? Like, what's your process for just getting in every day and
Mhm.
being consistent like that? Being in an SDR role for 11 months can be hard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as like, I have my day built out as far as a schedule. I know what I'm doing every hour, every day. I come
Mhm.
in, we have a BDR meeting. I
Yeah.
leave that. I take care of my inbound leads, and then I follow up with all my due tasks. Then I research accounts. Then I sequence people. I meet with an AE somewhere in there, and then I end
Yeah.
the day by calling people and checking my inbounds one more time. I do the same thing every
Clockwork.
day. Yeah, it's like
And you don't
clockwork.
get burnout on that process? I know some people that I talk to, they're like, they gotta, mix it up, do this, do that.
That's the hard part. Yeah, the easy part is doing everything. The hard part is not getting burned out. I listen to a lot of music when I work, and sometimes I'll throw a movie on if it's not too mentally involving,
Yeah, while you're
and
making calls or what? Or just
not
throughout
while
the
I'm making calls. But when I'm sequencing, like
Yeah.
after I've already thought about everything, yeah. No, I definitely try to break up the monotony by media, listen to podcasts and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the hard part is keeping yourself mentally stimulated. So I don't know. Sometimes I'll make a game out of it. If I get too bored, I'll like just start trying to come up with like hyper personalized emails for fun. I'll start looking at prospects, see who's got some good stuff on their LinkedIn, and see if I can get them to email back off one email, stuff like that.
Like games within a game.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
that's straight out of the Michael Jordan playbook, dude. I was talking about this with the guy I was chatting with yesterday, from Zoom Info. But I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm deep into the have you watched The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary?
No, I haven't.
All right. Well, he will make up competitions within the game, like within each game, to like get him to drive him to like more success.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good. I mean, we do stuff like that. I mean, like, we'll do like competition. We have a competition like team wide running right now based on like our KPIs, like sequence numbers, call numbers, meeting set, opportunities,
Yeah,
meetings held. So I mean, like, we're always coming up with games and stuff like that.
that's tight.
I have good leadership. I'm lucky there, and
Yeah,
it's fun. And everyone on the teams are always competitive. If you can
yeah,
make if you can make a game out of it, it can be fun.
that's
Everyone likes
tight.
winning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tight, dude.
Yeah.
So tell me about like so you do a lot of personalized emails. Do you guys use, what kind of sequences do you guys use? And is it always personalized, or you guys have um, some auto emails in there as well?
All right. So at Drift, I mean, honestly, I've been using like 5 sequences, and we just unrolled like a new sequence strategy. I got to be a part of that and help write a lot of sequences and emails in there.
Yeah.
But man, we have like one sequence that I've just been killing it with, and it's
Talk to me. Break it down. What is it?
it's easy to drift because you could show people. Like I have like a tool I could like build a bot for a company's website, put it on their website, take a video of it with Drift Video, and then put it in an email and show them what a Drift bot would look like on their website. They make it too easy, man. But
Dang, that's
yeah,
tight.
yeah. So basically, like every email is personalized to the company level.
Yeah.
So there's a manual task for each email. It's not no auto emails in it. It's we're referencing like their paid ads they use, like what kind of like whether they have like a form capture or some sort of live bot on their website now. We reference like maybe job openings they have. We create a bot for them. We have
Wow.
Drift Video platform, so I do a video, introduce myself, talk about competitors in their space that are working with us, send them a
Dang.
personalized video in the sequence. So every step is personalized.
What do you feel like you get the most hits on? Is it the video? Is it the building the bot? Do you guys A/B test that kind of stuff?
Oh, we A/B test stuff. I do well on the bots, man. I send them it if I send it to their. It takes like 3 minutes to do, so I send them one to their email. I send one in their LinkedIn. I book a lot of meetings off those. I've been
It
very
so
lucky.
it only takes you 3 minutes to just build like a simple bot for. Do you just use like one of the like I don't know if it's like a template or something?
It's essentially a template. Yeah, yeah. It
Dang.
just shows like the ability where it can like direct you to different like different parts of your website, and then
Yeah.
how you can like qualify someone, and then capture an email, a phone number, and then schedule directly on their calendar.
Dang.
So yeah, yeah. Once you get pretty good, you can break it out to about 3 minutes. In the beginning, it took me a while, but now I send those out. I book a lot of meetings off those.
Dude, that's tight. And then do you guys follow up that email with a bunch of calls and auto emails, or you said it was mostly manual after that?
Nope, it's all manual. It's pretty much all manual, and then there's
Dang.
calls sprinkled in everywhere.
Interesting. So you send out the manual email, and then do you do any bump emails after that manual email?
I think there's one bump email in the whole thing, and it's just like any thoughts question mark. But other than that, it's all personalized, which like at outreach is much different. It was a lot more manual stuff. But
Or you
booking a
mean
lot of
it
meetings.
it outreach more automated?
Yeah, automated. I'm sorry.
Okay. Dang. Yeah. So when you were at outreach, what kind of sequences were you guys using?
Well, it was mostly like first email would be personalized, and then from there it'd be automated. But it was like persona based. So like
Yep.
the idea like if it's relevant and it's not personalized, it's still gonna hit sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So it's always gonna be
Interesting.
relevant because it's
Yeah.
persona
Hate that
based.
word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in so many conversations lately of like this, personalization versus automation versus, how much do you personalize? What do you personalize on?
Hmm.
And I think what I'm finding now is like it's all about where you're at as a company and where you're at like in market saturation. Like I feel
Hmm.
like for companies that are just starting out, they have no word about them. They can be a little bit more automated, as they're reaching like a broader audience. And that's how outreach gained like their that's how they went from like nothing to something, like in the very beginning
Hmm.
with the persona messaging. And
Hmm.
then I feel like as you grow and you get more companies and you start getting more dialed on getting the big fish in the sea, then you start going into like the more personalized approach, taking more time, more manual emails, more LinkedIn touches, more videos, whatever it might be. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking right now, but I don't
Hmm.
this could change, you know. It's an
Yeah,
ever
I've never
changing
thought
world.
about it like that. That makes a lot of sense though. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. I mean, like when you get past the early adopters does need to be a little bit more dialed in.
Yeah. um, so that's your email game. Talk to me about the phone game. What's your strategy on the phone?
Personalized calls every time.
Every time,
Uh,
baby.
every time. I'm not calling them unless I can make it about on the company level at least. So I'm not like personalizing it to the person every time, but I can talk about like what competitors in their space that use Drift. I can talk about like what digital ads they use and what marketing automation platform they use, and I let them know I've done my research in the first 30 seconds, no matter what.
Yeah. So what does your pitch look like? You don't have to pitch me, but like kind of walk me through, the first 30 seconds on a call.
First 30 seconds, I was like, hey, Mike McCool over at Drift, how have you been? And then after that, it's like, you get whatever you're going to get. But yeah,
Sure.
yeah, I'll keep it real brief. You weren't expecting me, but calling from Drift. I saw some companies that are like yours in terms of markets you guys are going after, namely XYZ, are all having a lot of success using conversational marketing in our current climate, and applying like a low lift, high impact to like digital ads they're already running or marketing campaigns, and want to see if we could have like a proactive conversation about creating more pipeline for your team. You have any availability XYZ?
Yeah. A proactive conversation. Walk me through what is like, where'd you get that from? And like, walk me through the mindset behind that. Cause I
The
like, I like
idea.
that a lot.
Okay. The idea is like, I'm not just going to like pitch you, it's not a
Yeah.
sales conversation. It's an educational call, for both of us,
Yeah.
we're working with companies like yours. So we have an idea what's going on in your space, so hopefully we both can learn something at the end of it.
Dang, that's tight. That's tight. How many dials do you make a day?
Not that many.
What's not
Shoot.
that many?
To me, not that many is like under 80 or 60. I'm making like $45 a day. But
Okay.
all of them are to cell phone numbers, and all of them are personalized conversations.
So all of them are to mobile.
Yeah, well, right now I'm only calling the mobiles, and like,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm shooting for mobile numbers every time.
Do you get any kind of like, do you ever get backlash on hitting mobile numbers?
1 out of 20, maybe.
Dang. You don't
Yeah,
get people that are like, yo, why are you calling me on my mobile?
never.
Even
I
before
mean, I
COVID.
have maybe like 5, 10 times, maybe 5 times, in like a year.
Were you dialing a lot of mobile numbers pre-COVID?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I need to get on that kick.
Zoom info, man. They're great. It's a killer
Yeah,
company.
I feel like when I dial a mobile number, I automatically feel like I'm being obtrusive. But I feel like once you, I don't know, maybe once you get over that gap, it's like,
Once you set a meeting from calling someone's cell phone number, you're probably not going to think about it anymore.
dang. So you see mobile number, and if you get a direct line, you're calling the mobile number. You're not calling a direct line. Like if you
Every
have
time.
headquarter direct mobile, you're calling. Do you text people too?
No, I don't text people. I've tried it. I tried it twice. It did not go well for me. And I'm like, all
What'd
right,
they
this is where
say?
the line is.
What'd they say?
I don't know. It's nothing nice. Yeah. Like, what are you doing texting me? This is my cell phone number. It's like, all right, cool. I won't do this anymore.
But you
Lesson learned.
call them and it's their cell phone. They're not giving you backlash.
I haven't heard. I've heard it a couple times, maybe like 5 times. And like, it's definitely not people that are in SaaS. Everyone in SaaS never said anything. It's people like in just weird, like not SaaS. I mean, odd industries we're reaching out to.
All right,
Non-ICP people.
I'm only using mobile numbers from now on.
Give it a try, man. Let me know how it goes.
Dude, that's tight. So you said you're big on video too, and you're making the
Mm-hmm.
videos of the bots. Do you do any kind of like whiteboard hold up, like, hey, my name is McCool?
No, never done a whiteboard. I don't have one.
Well, you do
But
have
I'll
one
do.
because I see one in the background, but you'd have to probably like unplug that off the
Yeah,
wall.
that'd be like that. Yeah, that's
Like
for me.
put your head over at the top. Maybe you
Yeah,
should cut a
yeah.
hole in the whiteboard and write
That's an
drift
idea.
through the middle of it. And
Spin it.
stick your head through the middle.
Yeah. That
So
might be cool.
talk to me about your videos.
Yeah, videos are pretty much if I'm sending a video, it's just pretty much a quick pitch, you know?
Yeah,
It's like, "Hey, Mike McCool over here. Saw you're leading digital marketing. Some companies and I'm throwing the companies in there every time. You know,
every
these
time.
companies, oh
Yeah,
yeah, I feel like that's the best. You know, everyone wants to hop on the bandwagon. No one wants, FOMO. So it's like I'm
yeah,
throwing that in every time. But yeah, so X, Y, and Z are having a lot of success in our current
that's tight.
climate, utilizing drift enhancer digital strategy.
Yeah.
Would love to connect to share some new ideas, and then that's it.
Boom. And then
Yeah,
when if you get like an open on a video, do you hit them with a call?
I email and show them. So
Okay.
the cool thing about drift videos, you get a notification with how much they watched it, and every
Yeah.
time someone watches it. So like, I get an email for that, and I just forward it to them. Be like, hey, could you see your salespeople using this? Do you think they would find this of value?
Hmm. Ah, I got it. So that's when you're hitting salespeople then.
I'll do it with marketing people too. It's not as applicable, but I mean, they're still passing leads to salespeople. They
Yeah.
want high adoption of salespeople from any pipe they're generating.
That's smart though. So you're saying when they watch the video, you'll forward them that they're like the email that you're getting or the
Yep.
notifications that you're getting. That's
hmm
funny. That's tight. I like that.
Yeah.
That's
It
super
works
interesting.
sometimes.
It's kind of in your face, but it's like, call 'em mobile numbers. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't put an ask in there. I'll just like ask them like, do you think this is
is
you
this
think your
cool?
team would find this cool? Yeah.
Super, might as well. What do you got
Yeah.
to lose?
People are pretty receptive to personalized videos. I've noticed, like, especially marketing leaders like that, like white glove treatment, you know?
Yeah. And I think the video thing is like hit or miss for people.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on conversations with other SDRs that top performers don't use video at all.
Mm-hmm.
I personally
I
don't really like video. I've never gotten any like traction off of it. So
mm-hmm.
maybe it's like kind of who you're selling to. I know like the marketing people at my company, if they get a video, they're like, "Oh my god, send it to the whole company. The SDRs have to use this. It's the
Yeah.
best thing since sliced bread." Like, so
Yeah.
maybe it's a marketing thing, or like if you're selling to marketing people, other marketing people want to see the video because they think it's tight. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that definitely makes some sense. I could see salespeople not being as interested in that.
And then like I think that salespeople like to be called. Like if you're a sales leader, you
Mm-hmm.
like to be called because you want to be like, you either want to rip the guy apart that's giving you a call, or you want to be like, that was tight.
Yeah, yeah. No, sales leaders definitely like cold calls. They really do. They expect quality though. They want you got to be on it. You have to have conviction and confidence.
Yeah, or else they'll
Otherwise you're
probably
not getting
just
anywhere.
shred you.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
salespeople and probably marketing too are the biggest ones to be like, yo, you did it wrong.
Yeah.
You didn't do it my way. You did it wrong.
Yeah.
You reached out to me the wrong way.
Yeah, I've definitely got a lot of that before.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's one thing that I abhor right now, and it's the people that will post a LinkedIn of somebody else's email and then just shred the thing to pieces. And I'm all,
hmm
dude, are you that much on your high horse that you can
Yeah.
like what kind of title do you have to like go just shred somebody's email apart in
Yeah.
front of like all of social media? That shit
A
drives me
lot of those people started out as reps at one point too. I'm sure they've sent a poor email. I'm almost positive you've sent a bad email yourself.
Yeah. There was
You know.
one point in your career where you were looking on someone's LinkedIn and you're all, dude, there ain't nothing to get off of this guy's LinkedIn. Or you know what you make salespeople and marketing people just psyched is when you fricking go and you look at the blog they wrote and you write something about it. They're all, oh,
hmm
this dude just scratched my itch, dude. I wrote that. You
Yeah.
leverage that. You took 1 minute to go look at my blog. You like my blog, like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
for sure gonna respond to that.
Yeah.
And then they'll go and they'll put it on their LinkedIn and be like, dude, this guy was the best. This guy was the best sales development rep I have ever seen. He freaking went on and took 3 seconds out of his day to reference the blog that I wrote.
Yeah.
But really in my mind, I'm like, dude, you just liked it when, it's like I wrote it, so I want someone to
Well, you're getting double coverage on your blog right now. Is what it is. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny, man.
yeah.
Um, what's it like? I want to ask, like, do you have any mentors at Outreach or Drift that have kind of gotten you where you're at today?
I mean, I've definitely asked a lot of people a lot of questions.
Yeah,
We had a mentor, and I was like at outreach for like the first little bit. Like it was like a buddy system, but that is something I've wanted to do independently for so long. I need to actually sit down and iron it out one day. Is get like an actual mentor. I know some people, especially at outreach, that would have mentors at different companies that were in like higher level positions or like VP or C level, and they seem to get so much like quality career advice off that. But that's
yeah,
something I haven't ironed out for myself. But I definitely ask a lot of people a lot of questions.
yeah.
Like,
Um, so I know that you sold cars before coming into SaaS, and you
mhm.
came into SaaS without a college degree. Kind of walk me through your background.
Okay. So at a high school, I worked on a commercial fishing boat for 2 years.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Were you in Alaska or were
No,
you
I
in
did it in
Florida?
Florida.
Okay,
Yeah. So on the East Coast
that's freaking
or
hard
West
work,
Coast.
man.
Yeah, it sucks. We did stone crab during the winter and grouper during the summer. So grouper,
Holy
we'd be out
cow.
for like 3 days at a time, just fishing, man. But honestly, it was so much fun. It was really
Really?
hard work, but it was so much. I had a blast, man. I was
How
like
many hours would
19,
you work on the boat, dude?
50, 60 a week.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, it's tough. When you're going, you're going too. You're not just hanging out. I mean, you're on your feet doing like crabbing's like you're like crab traps weigh like 60 pounds. So you're just like throwing around car batteries all day. That's
Just
your
getting
job.
freaking, just getting
I
freaking
had some
jacked.
arms then. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. It was
still
nice.
do. You still do. You come on.
Yeah. I had a nice tan though back then. That was nice. But yeah, I did that for a couple years, made good money. It was really fun, but you can't do that for the rest of your life.
Sure.
My
Your
boss.
hands probably get so worked
Oh, they were disgusting, man. They were so disgusting. Like just the whole thing was a callus.
because aren't
And
you like picking the crab out of the baskets and stuff?
you have gloves on. The bad part, man, is so the crab traps weigh like 60 pounds, but then like there's this little slot you put your hand in. The plastic's
Yeah.
about that thin. So you're lifting it up and all the weight's going on a piece of plastic about that
Oh.
big. So it just digs out your hands all the
Oh,
time.
frick.
Yeah. You can put 3 pairs of gloves on it, you still have bruises on your hands the next day.
That's so
And then
gnarly.
the salt water just dries your hands out. So they just will start like cracking and stuff. It's like, it gets kind of gross. But
That's gnarly.
yeah, yeah. It's cool though, man. Like you're on the water every day. You see cool stuff. You pick up cool stuff from the ocean bottom. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Dude, there's something about manual labor when you're working in like a job like we have. There's something about going out and doing manual labor that's actually kind of cool.
It's fun. It's definitely
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, like I didn't want to be doing it. And like some people have made great careers out of it. My boss made a really good living, and he
Yeah.
retired at like 40, I think.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, but like man, his back was shot out, his
Oh,
elbow
yeah.
was shot out, his shoulder was shot out.
So gnarly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
He looked
gnarly.
like Popeye, dude. Because the way you work, his forearms are bigger than his biceps. Just from
Dude,
pulling rope for so many years.
that's insane.
Yeah, yeah. He's an oddly shaped human.
I as a side job, I got into doing chain installation for
Okay.
so like people come up from Southern California to because I live in a small mountain town
Okay.
and we have a ski resort, and so people come up from Southern California in their like two-wheel drive cars, sometimes all-wheel drive cars, and they want
Yeah.
us to put chains on. And so I'll be out in like a blizzard in like 0-degree weather and putting chains on people's cars.
Uh huh.
And there's something so fun about it. Like the
Yeah.
you're just out there in the gnar and you're just like
Uh huh.
underneath the car and you're like, "Drah," and like
Yeah.
you're putting the chain on and it's all freezing and the people are sitting in their like car with their heater up and you're just
Uh
like
huh.
working it and you just get and you're just bringing in the money like because it's there.
Yeah.
And there's like,
Yeah.
it's so fun to go out and do like manual work like that.
It's type 2 fun. That's like a thing in like rock climbing. Like there's like 3 types of fun. There's like type 1 fun,
Yeah,
that's stuff that's just fun, like going to a party, and then there's like type 2 fun, stuff that like sucks when you're doing it.
yeah,
But when you leave, you're in a great mood and you're like, "Oh, that was fun." You
totally.
know?
Are you a
Yeah.
climber?
I used to be, man. I tore my rotator cuff
Oh,
pretty bad when I was really into skateboarding. I was like sponsored at
no
skate
way.
contests. Yep, yeah, yeah. But I tore my rotator cuff, and I had to have like complete reconstructive surgery on it.
Oh
So
my
I was
gosh.
climbing for like a year, but then I hurt it, and I just can't do it anymore. I'm gonna
Dang.
hurt it again. Yeah, so it's not worth it.
Dude, skating is I think skateboarding, I tell this to everyone. Skateboarding
Hmm.
is the hardest sport in the world.
It's so
Hands
hard,
down.
man. Yeah.
Hands down.
You're gonna get hurt so bad for years, no
Yeah.
matter what. Like it's just inevitable. You're
Would you
gonna get
skate
hurt really bad.
did you skate street, vert?
Street. I still skate now, but I skate at like a lot of tranny and stuff, like small
Yeah,
tranny, like little bowls,
that's
like
tight.
hips, transitions, stuff like that. But I'm lucky. There's like 5 nice skate parks in Tampa, and we could skate year round.
Dude, that's so sick.
Yeah, it's sick. I don't go crazy because like I'm like 27 now, so like I'm
Yeah,
trying to
but
get hurt, but
dude,
have
it's
fun.
so rad. It's such a oh my gosh. I just have so much respect for guys that I mean, have you seen Nigel Houston's Till Die?
Dude, that
Part
guy is
his
unbelievable,
Nike
man.
part. I
No,
just
I haven't. I
I
follow him on Instagram, but that guy's unbelievable, man.
I'm just like watching that crap and I'm like, okay, first of all, to learn to do even to do like a kickflip would
Yeah,
take you like 1,000 tries, right?
yeah.
And then to like do that onto a down rail to like
Mhm.
kick out or like whatever. And I'm like, dude, the balance, the like to do each part of that trick takes so many years and so much balls to do.
That guy's an anomaly, though, man. He's pushed the
Yeah.
sport in so many different ways, and like just the stuff he's doing is so much farther ahead than most everybody, and like in a lot of ways, you
Yeah.
know. He's been pro since he was like what, like 14?
Yeah. When he had dreads.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love too that skateboarding has like no barrier to entry.
Oh yeah,
I live in a mountain town, so like snowboarding's big here. But like, I mean, you got to have money to snowboard and become pro.
yeah.
All you need is like $50 to go out and buy a skateboard.
Mhm.
Like anybody can do it. It's just freaking hard.
Yeah, dude. I was at the skate park of Tampa. They throw like one of the biggest amateur contests in the country every year, and I was there this year. There's a ton of guys from Brazil that like they come from like a lot poorer countries and stuff. You don't
Yeah.
need money. You just need a
No,
skateboard and like a desire. And these guys are shredding, dude.
that's sick.
There's people from Japan there,
Yeah.
South America and Japan. It's real big for some reason. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
One of
mean
the top
everyone.
skaters in the world now is from Japan. I forget his name.
Yeah,
But I love watching skating. Like it's just so
interesting.
fun. Those guys are so savage. I'm
Yeah.
super into I'm really into split boarding now, snowboarding
What's
and
that?
mountain biking. But
Okay.
split boarding's just like it's like backcountry snowboarding. So like if you've ever been snowboarding, like it's a snowboard but it's split in half
Hmm.
and it connects together and so you can go uphill. So you can basically
Oh,
go climb mountains and then shred down them. It's the
that sounds
best. It's
fun.
the best thing in the world. You're out with your boys or your group,
Yeah.
and I go before work all the time. So I wake up at like
Oh, that's cool.
6, 5:36, and we go, and we'll get like 1,000 feet of fresh pow by like 8 a.m. And you're just like you come into work and you're all, oh my god, you're just like psyched out of your
Man,
mind.
yeah,
It's so sick, dude.
that's intense, man. I'm jealous. That sounds super cool.
You're ever out in Cali, man, during the winter? I mean, do you snowboard at all? I mean, you skate,
I've never
so
snowboarded in my life, man.
you pick it
I
up
tried
super
surfing.
fast.
That's what I hear. I want to try it, but I just haven't spent enough time. I haven't been up north at the right time.
Yeah,
That's really what it
it's
is.
tight, dude. The feeling of powder is like I feel like none other. There's just like the
That's tight.
floating feeling, and then you just crank these fat front side turns and blower, and
That's tight.
it's pristine.
That's how I feel about riding a bull, man. There's just like nothing like carving a bull, dude. It just feels so nice. It's great.
Dude, that's tight. That's tight. So you were fishing, you were a professional
Yeah,
skateboarder, and then what happened
not
after that?
professional. I got some free stuff for a while,
Hey,
but
you're
that's
you're a
about
swag
it.
skater.
There you go. Yeah, man. And then I started selling cars. I sold cars for about 5 years. I started out as a sales rep, and then I was an internet sales manager,
Hey,
and then I was a floor manager, which is like
what kind of cars were you selling?
used cars. I only sold used cars. I don't like selling
Like
new
what
cars.
like what kind of car? Any car? Any car
Anything,
that's on the lot?
anything, man. Doesn't matter.
So
Yeah,
were you working on one of them lots that's just like, you know,
I've done both. I've done like the little corner lots, and I've done dealerships. I like the corner lots better.
dude, the corner lot? I get
I
so
like them.
sketched out by corner lots, dude. I'm like,
Uh
every car in that lot has a problem.
huh. That's not true. Always, it depends on the place. It really
Yeah.
depends on the place.
So
But
customer walks in. Everybody hates buying cars. Like,
everybody hates dealing with car salesmen. Nobody likes you. They're worse than lawyers, man. Nobody
so
likes them.
yeah. So what was your strategy? What was it
Make
like?
it as soon as you see someone, walk up to them, shake their hand, make a joke. Every time, even if it's not a good joke, you got to get them laughing, man. Like as
So
soon as
what would you
possible.
say?
Oh
What was your
man, I had a
go-to?
bunch of them.
Would
I had
you
a good
just
ones. Now every time someone came in that was looking or that like I had an appointment with, like they come and be like, "Oh hey, is Mike here?" I just stare at him and be like, "Does he owe you money?" And then they yeah, then they'd laugh and be like, oh, and then they'd say no. I'm like, all right, I'm Mike. Works every time, man. Does he owe
That's
you
so
money?
ridiculous.
Is he your probate? Are you his new probation officer? Like something like that.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, you got to get them laughing, man. It's all about making friends first. You got to make
Yeah.
friends with them. Don't even think about the car, but make friends with them, and then you can. Once like there's like a lot of different ways to like gauge if you got them or not. But once they're comfortable with you, then you need to start doing your
Yeah. So what's the process of selling a car?
job. Meet and greet, figure out what they're looking for. If they're looking for it today, test drive something, trial close them, then close them.
What how do you negotiate with a car salesman? How much wiggle room
Oh,
how much are you marking up and how much wiggle room do you really have?
not as much as people think, man. Honestly, new car, a dealership is lucky if they make a 6%. If they make six
Really?
percent,
Really?
yeah. Oh yeah, 6% is pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why everyone gets like upset. But I'm like, man, I know that we paid for it. Like, it's
Yeah.
really not that good.
Dang.
But used cars a little bit more than that. Cool thing about I like used cars because like there's not another one just like it. This one
Yeah.
is this one. You're not gonna find one exactly like it.
Oh my gosh. So what kind of commission would you make on a car sale?
So they have flat rates, or so like if it's you get 25% of front end profit is essentially what it is. So whatever the front end is 25%. Back end would be like if the dealership makes it. A lot of times dealerships will get you financing, right? Like you should always get your own financing. Go to your bank, get them to drive
Yeah.
you a loan. Don't go to the dealership, but they'll mark up the interest rate, and then whatever the interest rate they make a piece of, and then if they sell
Okay.
you warranty or gap insurance, they get a piece of that. That's back end profit. Front end profit is like what they paid for it plus what they put into it plus they have a pack, and then that number to what you sell for is the front end profit. You get a quarter of that.
Interesting. So was it
Yeah,
pretty lucrative for you?
I did well. I was good at it though.
Yeah.
I mean,
You got to be at a good lot too. Would you made more than at the used car sales than at the dealership?
oh yeah, way more. Yeah, way more. That's why
That's
I didn't
tight.
like working at dealerships. Yeah, I did trucks for about a year. Nothing but like diesel trucks.
Oh, that's tight.
And yeah, I did pretty good at that. I liked that. That was fun. The clientele is a lot more fun too,
Oh,
man.
you
It's
get these
all
guys coming in, they're all,
yeah.
is that the 5.7? No, I want the
Yeah,
5.9. I want the 24 valve.
that's exactly what I was dealing with all day, man. That's exactly it. Those guys are fun though, man.
Dude, truck people are so funny, dude. They
Yeah.
know they just have this like they love the truck that they buy. Like, oh,
Hmm.
you got the Cummins. Nah,
Yeah.
you got to get the Allison transmission with the Cummins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a part of their personality. What truck they drive is a big part of their personality, man.
That's got to be fun to sell to that though, to play into that kind of
Oh
persona.
yeah, I'd lean into it, man. Yeah. Oh, I'd lean into it. It's
you,
fun. It was a good time, during.
you like give them a Bud Light when they come in.
Yeah. Yeah. We had beer in the fridge. We'd offer it to everybody. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So you go
Yeah.
from car sales straight to
Hmm.
outreach then?
Yeah. So I had been at this place about a year. I was a floor manager, like a team lead position, and I was trying to get a sales management job. So like I wouldn't carry quota, I'd just be over some sellers. And we had some differences, and
Sure.
they ended up making like an outside hire when that wasn't agreed upon, like when I came in.
Mm,
So I was just getting, and I didn't want to sell cars for the rest of my life anyways. I really knew like if I was doing this when I was 30, it just wasn't, I didn't want to do it for the rest of
it's
my life.
pretty
I knew that.
stressful, isn't it?
It's just as stressful as being a BDR, but it's just a different kind of stress.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my roommate was he was a QA engineer,
Okay.
and so he had been in software for like at least 5 years, and he was doing pretty good for himself, man. He was like 25, he owned a house, had a nice car, he seemed to like his job, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right, well, and he was just, dude, you got to get into software, you got to get into software, you got to get into software.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a degree, right? So I just
Crazy.
started like applying for places. I interviewed at a couple, and then outreach made me an offer. I started doing, and I didn't know anything about SaaS. You know, I came from a completely different industry, so I didn't know like, oh, you just hit the jackpot. Like,
Yeah, serious.
I had no idea, you know.
That's
So
funny, dude.
yeah, I accepted the offer. They flew me out to Seattle, and they got this nice office, like right on the Sound, you know. And I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, this is nice. This is sick.
that's funny.
Yeah, man.
You just got so lucky.
Yep. Yeah.
I love that they hired you without a degree though.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like I'm in this mindset of like why do you need a degree to start in SaaS?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I don't know, what does it help you?
I think
I'd
you could
rather
be a
hire
really good account executive without having a degree. I,
I think so
I think
too.
you could.
I think you'd be a good CEO without a degree. I think like there's got to be a barrier for people that are trying to get into the role because they don't have a degree, and I think it's dumb.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I mean, I'm in school right now. I started like a year ago, so I'm trying now, but I've done just fine without a
Yeah,
degree, you know, and there's like a lot of people that have, you know.
yeah.
But
And so you don't have to really go into this, but living in
yeah.
Tampa must be is it a better living in Tampa has got to be a better way of life than being a BDR in Seattle and trying to afford Seattle.
Yeah. So you know, different outreach likes to you know, they're paying a lot for pipeline, but
Okay,
so
cool.
you can still do pretty good.
That's
But
cool.
oh god, so the cost of living though, I mean, you're still doing pretty
I
good.
mean, a
Like,
house in Seattle is like a mill now. It's like Bay Area. You can
yeah, I'm
probably
looking
get
at
a friggin' 4-bedroom house in Tampa for like 200 grand or something.
I'm looking at houses right now, man. You can get a I'm looking at a 3-1 for a buck 60. It's in a decent neighborhood. Like,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
yeah. Talk about like, just extra income and like
Yeah.
down the road when you start having kids, gas prices, just way of life.
Mhm.
Like you're gonna, you might be making a lot in the Bay Area as a
Yeah.
BDR, but there's so many BDRs in San Francisco
Oh, yeah,
that
for
have
sure.
to be struggling. Like you're paying like
San Francisco's so expensive,
you're paying
man.
like 2 grand for a flat, and maybe you're making
Yeah.
like base salary like 60 to 80 OTE.
Yeah.
Whereas if that's why I think this remote work thing is gonna friggin' take off.
Oh, yeah,
Because if
definitely.
you can be a BDR making, anywhere close to Bay Area salary, in friggin' Timbuktu
Yeah,
or
you're doing pretty good.
wherever, like middle of the country, some places on the East Coast, Florida, dude, you can frickin' ball out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think, like the average household income in Tampa is like 48 grand.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, if you work in software, you're doing pretty good.
that's friggin'
That's
sick.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice, man. No, I definitely agree with you. I thought about moving to like it sounds cool to move to like New York or Boston or like Seattle or San Francisco. Like that sounds like a lot of fun and like I'll think about it, but then it's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna be poor and it's gonna be cold.
Oh,
And if I move to California, it won't be cold, but I'm gonna be really poor.
yeah,
And
hella poor.
yeah, yeah, that doesn't sound fun, man.
Yeah, like LA super expensive. Even where I live's pretty expensive, but
You're up in North Cal?
I'm in Mammoth Lake, so it's a small mountain town. So like
Okay.
it's a ski resort.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like here's like you pay to play. Like
Yeah.
if you want to snowboard, if you want to roll out of your house and be on the slope in like 2 minutes, and like,
Mm.
I mean, you're gonna pay for that, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, you're doing it at least. It sounds like. I mean, if you moved up
No,
there
it's
and never
tight.
went skiing, that sucks. But it
It
sounds like you're doing it.
it's tight, dude. It's tight. So what tools do you guys use over there? So you use Outreach, use Drift, use Zoom Info. Is that about it?
Outreach,
What else?
LinkedIn Sales Nav.
That's tight.
What else do you need? I mean,
Yeah, now that Drift's got video, I mean,
yeah.
you don't need they pretty much you guys just pretty much. I mean, what's gonna happen to Vidyard?
I don't know, man. That was above my pay grade. But yeah, no, Drift Video is tight. I've never used Vidyard, but Drift Video is tight. I mean,
I
they want to turn it into a platform, not a tool, and having like a suite
Yeah,
super helpful. We have Drift email too,
yeah.
and they're doing pretty good. So
I mean,
they're going for a
I've
suite thing.
used Vidyard. Like nothing against them, but like, it can't. It's just a video tool.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not anything that Drift's not doing. So I think that was
Nice.
them, and Drift probably just was like, oh, yo, we'll build a video platform. It'll take us like a couple months.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah. They have a killer product team, man. I've been working with them a little bit over like the last week. They're like talking about they're trying to do more stuff, man. We
That's
have a
sick.
really, really I mean, you gotta figure the CEO, he was chief product over at HubSpot. I mean the
Oh,
guy's
okay. That's
yeah,
tight.
yeah, yeah, we got a good team for that.
Um, what's advice you would give to anybody who's like starting out?
Um, find the most successful people where you work and offer to buy them lunch or coffee, whatever you can,
Yeah.
to try to figure out what they're doing that they find success with.
Hmm.
What I did when I started was I asked everybody that was over 6 months in the role what they were doing, what they found success, and I just took all the answers I liked and put them all together into a workflow, and that's what I did.
That's
You
tight.
know, yeah, and just like made that my workflow. I find that to be super successful. I found success doing that, and it seems like a lot of other people have. But and asking as many questions as you possibly can whenever you get them, and don't ever be shy about asking questions.
That's sick. That's
People are
sick.
happy to help teach you. People are generally good, and they're happy to help.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Where can people find you if they want to ask you a question?
I can reach out to me on LinkedIn anytime.
Sick, man. Hey, well, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah,
That was hella fun. I appreciate it.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I enjoyed that.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna sign off, but you the man.